Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I greet you all with peace. I greet you all with love. Today is a very quick, fast soul food, and I will be doing it very fast and very short. This is the series 4 of Woman is God, and in this series 4, we'll be talking about the sacred cycle of polygamy. The sacred cycle of polygamy. Why does it even start? And how does it even start? How does that concept of a man having more than one wife, how does it even start? And what later starts kind of demonizing it, that now transform the psyche of human to this understanding of one man, one wife, which is very good. So this series 4, I'm not here to condemn a marriage between one wife or one husband. Focus more wife anyway. I'm not here to condemn that. And also, I'm not here to kind of advertise or kind of show that you have to be polygamous. No, that's not the aim of this topic. The aim of this topic is to really expose that sacredness, that divine energy that the woman carry that make her God. And this right there is really why I'm doing this. Don't forget, this is a Woman is God series, so it's a series, and in this series we are coming up with different aspects, different parts to really show how and why woman is really the God we are all talking about. So it's not really something to come and promote polygamy or demote anybody. So just listen with open heart. Doesn't mean now after this one you have to go and get the second wife. It doesn't really mean that. And it does not also mean that you cannot also get a second wife. It doesn't mean that either. What is very important to first understand before we go into polygamy is the sacred energy of a woman, which I call feminine energy. Really having a deep understanding about feminine energy alone will give you this kind of a deep understanding of what we are talking about when we say polygamy, and why it's even kind of important. Why it's even kind of important, especially for a life of a man who is greater than just being a man. I meant something with that. That means something, because all men don't have the same life. All man is not in the same journey. Man is not traveling through the same time and space. That is a very different topic. Maybe when I start going into masculine energy and who is a man and things like that, we can go there. But this is a fast soul food, so there are a lot of areas I'm going to be kind of skipping. There are a lot of areas I'm going to be skipping. So this is just to make it very easy. And to make this very simple for you, very cute dog. To make this very simple and easy for you, you have to go and watch my teaching when I talk about feminine energy and why kings surround themselves with different wives. If you have listened to that teaching already, then you will not be too left behind in this topic of today, because today's topic is a fast one, so I'm going to kind of like be summarizing it. So if you go and listen to that teaching, go to our YouTube channel, you will see the feminine energy and why kings have to surround themselves with many wives. Some of you can argue that not all kings marry many wives, but the argument you do that with other people, I'm not I'm not down for arguments or things like that. I'm not interested in those things. What you have to first understand is, if a woman is the universe that is manifesting and expressing herself through her own self, and she also creates man out of her own sacred acts. And now, a man, why do you marry a wife? Why do you marry? Why do we have wife? Why do we choose to marry? Different men will give you reasons. I want to have babies. I need to so travel through this journey together. Some will say they need support. Some will say they want to expand their family. Some will say they want to bring in their own bloodline into this dimension to continue the trace. Different reason depends on the understanding of a man. If you ask a man, why do you want to marry? Although many don't even know, many will tell you, yeah, but all my mates are married, so I have to marry. Only few men really know why they marry. But what we are going to be talking about here is understanding that sacred energy that is within a woman. That is what now give you that sense of understanding of what first marriage is. Then when you now understand what marriage really is, not what it represents, what it really is, then it will start making sense to you what polygamy is. But when you don't have the deep understanding of what marriage really is, you just marry because all your mates have married. You just married because you are tired of being alone. You want to share your house or your space with someone. You just married because it's time. You are getting older. Or because you want to make babies. You like children. Or because you just want to please people around you so that they can see you as a man. Then you will be completely disconnected from the sacred acts of marriage. First, let me just kind of like explain a little what marriage really is, because this is a fast full, so I'm going to be doing it very, very fast. Got so many things doing today. Marriage is a sacred ritual that connects two souls together. So when a masculine energy comes and a feminine energy comes, they decide to unite and become one. Then what they are doing is opening their own self and gluing their selves together to become one body, which now create like a very sacred atmosphere. That is the essence of marriage. So you can see it like a cycle that is being drawn around like this, and the cycle now click in a meeting point. That meeting point there is what humans now introduce some rituals and ceremonies. Different cultures have different rituals and ceremonies, which they now use to click that meeting point there, which we now call marriage today. So that meeting point there, which is clicked together to now, that is now called marriage, that meeting point right there is very sacred. That meeting point right there is very special. So bringing those two together is a very sacred thing, and it's something that we all pay very close attention to. So if two souls come together, is a very fast one. If two souls come together to create this, if two souls come together to create this sacred cycle, which is now known as marriage. So from that sacred cycle now, that's where the masculine energy and the feminine energy becomes one. The masculine energy have its own soul tribe. The feminine energy, she's the God anyway, but in this way, let's just bring it in a very balanced form, because if we want to approach her as God in this sense, many men would like to hear it. So she also have her own soul tribe. She also have her own soul group. She also have her own soul relationship that she's been carrying all her life since she's born. So the moment now she now gloom and plug and connect herself with that man, from that moment what is now happening, that thing she is will now join what that man is, and they will now create a kind of a cycle. See it like a little ball, like a little earth, a little ball, a little cycle, a little kind of a sphere. Yeah, she will not create something like that. So if two people, two souls connect this, which is beautiful and perfect, like I said, I'm not here to promote or demote anything, just listening to the teachings. If two souls create this together, two souls, one masculine, one feminine. So use your imagination to expand that cycle. That's where people now call the Greek, call it polygamy, polygamons. Different English, different tribe now have different names they call it. But just follow the energy, let's leave the name outside. So when a man is connected to one woman, and they both create this sphere within their sacred sphere. Please, what is very important to know is that you marry don't mean you create this thing. You can only create this thing when you marry a partner or a soul that is well connected with your soul. 80% of marriage today, they don't have soul connection. They just marry because they like the guy, you have a good job, the guy is good, he's good in bed, he's handsome, you have cash, different earthly reasons. What I call earthly reasons are those reasons that your soul is never interested on. Yeah, you will see a woman, a beautiful woman, her soul husband, she will not like him. Why? Maybe he will say, this man is too short, he's too tall, he's not educated. There's always one or two stupid earthly reasons. I'm not focusing on that because it's a very fast food. That's why you see many divorce and all these things going on in many marriages today, because people are too into flesh. People are so disconnected from what really matters. Before you marry, your soul have to have like a special soul contract with that person you are marrying. That's why in the ancient time, you don't just marry. Your father will take you to this other person to marry. And before they do it, they are not doing it because they want to ban or seal contract or anything. They are doing it because of some sacred special divination, and they understand the history of their bloodline, and they know how to protect this cycle. Till today, Germans still do that. Germans family, within them, they still track these things. Many Western countries, especially the wealthy family, that's why you say, why rich people know they marry poor man? They get knowledge, they cause sound. Not be say they don't want to share words. They get knowledge, so they have to protect that sacred cycle. If you don't know, you will just think, they are greedier, they don't. That is your own thinking. So what I'm trying to share here with you is that soul connection between two individuals when it comes to marriage is very important. When there is no soul connection, you are just like in a field playing football. When anybody gets tired of playing football, you go home. That's why your marriages don't last long. Your relationship don't last long. Why? A connection was not ordained. In fact, many of you even polluted your bloodline because of your stupidity. You polluted your own bloodline because of your stupidity. There are bloods that are not supposed to mix. So let's say I am from Benin. I marry a woman from China. Before I marry that woman for China, I have to know, very important, I have to know what is my soul relationship with that lady now from China. How do me and she, how is our journey, and where do we meet? Where do we meet? What karmic load we carry, and how are we healing this karma? Because why? You are from Benin, don't mean you cannot marry a lady from India, or you cannot marry a lady from Philippines, or you cannot marry a lady from Japan. People telling you those things, they don't really understand what is a soul and the nature of a soul. A soul don't recognize all those things at all. So let's say you are Yoruba and you marry an Igbo man. It's not a problem. But what is important is the soul relationship that binds you with that Igbo man. If you are just doing it because he's successful, is okay, is that just the only reason you see? Yes, you can enjoy the relationship, everything, but you are creating what we call a karmic blockade. That karmic blockade, you might not even suffer it. Your children will come to suffer it later because of your greedy mistakes. So what is important here, like I said, is a fast soul food, so I will not be going too much into different cycles. What is important here to know is that marriage is the connection between one soul and another soul to create a sphere around them. So when you are on other different souls, a guy, how many it is, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. When you have other different souls, that your soul and their soul have a soul contract, then you can also take my Bluetooth just disconnected. Then you can also connect yourself with that other soul, and what you are doing at that moment is an expansion of consciousness, an expansion of that sacred cycle. But how do you get there? You get there first with a very high level of self-knowledge. When you don't have self-knowledge, in fact, you don't even need to sleep with a woman, talk less of because why? When you don't have high level of self-knowledge, this is what you're doing. Every woman you are sleeping with, you are depositing your DNA in her. She is exchanging your DNA with you. You people are exchanging a very deep and sacred energy together. So when you are sleeping with a woman who don't have a soul connection with you, what you are doing is you are giving her your frustration, and she's giving you all her mystery. So it's toxic. Don't think it's fun. If you like, use condom. It doesn't work like that. Energy don't recognize rubber. That's very important to know. Energies don't recognize rubber or no. In fact, just to stand 2 meters from each other, you start exchanging already, even without touching. That's how energy works. So don't bring people to your house where you know you don't like them. And you're just by inviting, you will just be pretending. You will just act like you want to show, like you want to do, like when they are gone, you are like, thank God it's gone. No, you are stupid. You just suck in those toxic energy, and you think you are smart. No, it's not so. Just 2 meters with any toxic energy, you absorb already from it. So really going far from people who you know you have toxic energy is the easiest way and the shortest way to take care of these things. So connecting more with that different souls who have different contract with you, who have different connection with you, connecting more with them, expand not just only your consciousness, expand their own consciousness, And you can be able now to create something bigger, something very bigger, something very wide, and something very huge. And spiritually, what are you doing? Because you guys are so connected, spiritually you are building an empire. This is the advantage of polygamy. So spiritually, this is why many of our ancestors was just into polygamy straight away. They don't, no discussion. In fact, everybody knows so. Only today you see man is so scared of his wife. He is so scared, at the end he will go and sneak, sleep with a prostitute, sneak, sleep with a neighbor, sneak. A man cannot be a man. A woman will love her husband. She's so scared she pretends that she also go and sleep around because they are not truthful. They are not communicating. They are not exposed to their own nature. So they want to hide and sneak around. At the end, you end up living a very toxic life, and when you die, your soul becomes so miserable and frustrated. That's even the most painful part. You suffer here on earth, you do all those things here on earth. It's not a problem. I wish it ends there. When you go now, you will not go and face the real torture. You will not go and face the real stress, the real load. So, as a man, before you sleep with a woman, have a sacred divine knowledge. Understand the energy of that woman first. Then, before you marry her, understand your soul relationship with her. So as you marry her, because she's a god, as you marry her now, automatically what you are doing, you are like putting a brick down to build your own palace, your own empire. So when you marry another woman, you are expanding the empire. When you marry the third one, you are expanding the empire. But you have to have a soul connection with Mrs. A, Mrs. B, Mrs. C, because there's no need in marrying two wives if you don't marry three. That's just it. If you want to do polygamous, you have to have 3 wives. That's how you balance the cycle. When you just have 2 wives, you are still playing. So you see that you have just 1, or you pick 3. Don't take 2. 2 is a waste of time because you are just wasting that energy. There is a loophole there. So 3 now will balance the cycle. Just see it now. Let's say you stand there, one stand there, one stand there, one stand there. You have a cycle already. Then if you now want to fill up all the space, that's your personal interest. But what I'm exposing to you today is that never marry 2 wives. For you to marry 2 wives, pick 3. Or stay with 1. That's the science. Stay with 1, you just know it's me and you. Then you people will build it together. But if you marry 2 is a complete waste of time. And 2 is something that can just put you, yeah, that's nice. 2 will just put you into something that is very, very confusing, something that's even very, very stressful. So that is very important to know, and that we share. Come. Take. Yeah, that is very nice. That by some Facebook. Yeah, let me help you open it. Ooh, you see? It's so nice. And you enjoy the sleep? Hmm? Let me put this one down. Okay, take it. Good. And you can come and walk around. Then you will just sit down and also stay relaxed. You want to sleep back again, you can keep on sleeping. I am still on Facebook. And we are here. So, having 2 wives is a waste of time. For you to have 2 wives, get yourself 3. Because 2 does not balance the energy. Better still, stick with 1. Stick with 1 and create something sacred for yourself. So what I'm trying to really expose, because like I said, it's a very quick, fast soul food. It's a very quick, fast soul food. What I'm trying to really expose right here is the fact that a woman is God. And when you connect deeply, soully, spiritually with a woman, a sacred energy from her will help you now create like a sphere. That's what you people now call family. Will help you create this sacred energy like a sphere around. With that sacred energy, that's where children and all these things come from, which is like a bonus. Why is it bonus? Because that's like an expansion of yourself. What you are really doing spiritually is an empire. It's an empire. So when you connect now with more than 1, 2, 3, must be 3. 2 is just like beginning. So when you have 2, just any woman, your husband tell you, I just want to let 2 wives, no, he's lying. When you have 2, you got to get 3. That's the law, that's the science. Or stick with 1. That's how it is. So when you now have this, let's say 3, let's just start with 3. Normally to balance the cycle is 7. But let's just let's just use 3 now. When you now have 3 wives, what you are doing now is you are succeedingly creating an empire with the strong pillars around. When you depart from here, you will still have a very strong connection. You will still have a very strong connection, not just here. Yeah, let me give you another one. You still have a very strong connection, not just with them here, but spiritually now you will have your own kingdom. Yeah, you see? This one is new. Give me this. Thank you. This will throw away now. They will put it here first. You can't throw things away here. It's beautiful here. Good. So that's just how it is. But the most important thing is, before even marrying, whether it's 1 wife or 2 wives, it doesn't really matter in this point. Before you even marry, she or he is the both side in this case. She or he must have a soul contract with you. She or he must have a soul connection with you. That soul connection is what keep you both grounded. Yeah, goddess? No, you don't need this now. You don't really need this now. I know you're always jealous when I'm on phone, but this time I'm on Facebook, okay? No. Yeah. So, you don't even have, if that soul connection is not there. That soul connection is what keeps those 2 souls grounded. Because how do 2 souls come together to marry? This is very important to know. As a soul on a journey, you have gone through different life and different cycles and different life. Go and listen to my soul relations. You will even have deeper understandings about this already. You have different life and different cycle. So in one of those journeys, there are different souls you have encountered with. Let's say, for example, the husband you have today. In your past life, this your husband today might be your son. You have a very strong soul connection with her, with him. So you coming back again now, and he also reincarnated again, but through a different soul group, which people now call family. Through different soul group, that connection is still existing. It's a guy whether the soul group is in Asia, America, it doesn't matter. That energy between, that connection between you and him will become like a magnet. Will become like a magnet that will keep pulling and attracting both of you. So it doesn't matter where you are born. The man you are destined, yeah, you can use the word destined. The man you are destined to marry in one way or the other must attract to you. But today, many people also have a problem because why? Some of those men will come because of lack of knowledge. Some women don't even recognize. Because why? Maybe she's already stuck in the world. She like a man who is so tall. And the husband now is not tall. And when she just see him, the connection is there. She like him. She's like, oh, I be all like this guy, but sorry, I don't feel married because you're not tall. The guy will just start crying, but because they don't really have knowledge, they can't really understand it. But what I'm trying to really show you, because the very fast one, that things I'm doing, the very fast one, what I'm really trying to show you is it's good to marry someone you have a very strong soul connection with. When you're dating a man, or you see a man you like so much, before you even think of marriage or anything, it's good to do a very strong divination. Oromila is the best in this sense. It's good to do a very strong divination to understand the nature of the soul of this individual and the nature of your soul and how it click together. These are one of the reasons why in ancient time divorce does not exist. But people are so disconnected now. Marriage has been misinterpreted. Marriage has been taught, has been taught in a way that people just don't get it anymore. Without soul connection, you are not supposed to marry. So when you have a soul connection with Mrs. A and you have a soul connection with Mrs. B, so because you have a soul connection with, this is the science, huh? Because you have a soul connection with Mrs. A and Mrs. B, because you have a soul connection with Mrs. A and Mrs. B, what will now later happen? That Mrs. A will also connect with Mrs. B. This is how it functions, because you are not alone. That Mrs. A will also connect with Mrs. B. And because you are connected with Mrs. B also, that Mrs. B will also connect with Mrs. A. Just like I said before, your husband today might be your first son in your past life. And in this life now, he's your husband. Good. Now your husband now is in love with another woman. Honesty, fairness, because before you start polygamy, you must have high level of self-knowledge. I will get there very soon. Because polygamy is not for everybody. It's for special men which have very deep knowledge of self. It's not for kids. That's why it's not for everybody. If you cannot even manage yourself, so you don't even need a woman, talk less of even thinking of 1, 2, 3, or 4. First, you have to learn how to manage yourself, and then from there you can learn how to really manage 1 woman, 2 woman, 3 woman, or so. But if you cannot manage yourself, just be alone. You don't need a woman, because a woman is God. She deserves to be worshipped. So you need to really understand the science first of a woman before you even start thinking to date one. Talk less of even marrying 1, 2, or 3. That's the science. So when that Mrs. B, which is your, is connected also to you, so now we know already your first wife was your mother in your past life. In love with a guy, what her name is, Mrs. B. Let's say you are in love now with Mrs. B, and you connect and relate to your first Mrs. A. Oh, my dear, today I went to a party. I saw this lady. I almost collapsed. Our soul connection is so strong, and it's something so extraordinary. I like to invite her to the house so we get to meet her. So when this your Mrs. A also, because first you are not supposed to even marry a woman who don't have self-knowledge. When this your Mrs. A have also a very high sense of understanding, a very high sense of spiritual orientation, so she can go into meditation with you. Both of you can go into really deep into it to really view the type of energy that Mrs. B is carrying together. You do it together. Don't hide. You can't hide anything when you want to do polygamy. Everything is together. Oh, your hands. It looks like. How am I gonna describe it now? Yeah, this is cute. You can leave it like this also. Nah, it's not our. That is just fun. Yeah, let me help you. So that you and that your first wife, just be listening. You might not hear me, just be listening. You might not see me, but you can still hear me. You and your first wife now can go into a very deep deep meditation to really balance it. Where you check and balance the energy of Mrs. B, then both of you will now say, ah, okay, she's also connected to me, or she's connected to you. So this is how it works. Sometimes that Mrs. B is not connected to the man. That Mrs. B might be like a volunteer soul who have come to be like an assistance to Mrs. B. But because you are like the front face, the surface between Mrs. A and her now, and she don't have that direct connection and contact to her, she might see you outside and fall in love with you. I will rephrase it again. Your second wife might fall in love with you not because of you, but because of the energy of your first wife, which you are carrying. And she have a soul connection with that Mrs. A now, who is your first wife. So because of that, she will see you and love you. And because she see you and love you, and you understand the energy, you will bring her home. First Mrs. A see her, there is that click and that connection. When that click and that connection is there, Mrs. Hayes even the one to say, wow, this is our wife now, she's not going anywhere. This is high level of self-knowledge. So you don't just go outside, you see a woman, she's big, ass is bigger than the ass of your wife, and you just decide, I will make this one my second wife. Because why? You think you have money, you can do anything, you can take care of how many children, whatever wife. So because of that, you are arrogant, you don't have knowledge, you just bring her home, even shout on your first wife and say, okay, you want me to stay here? No problem, I'll stay here. Even shout on your first wife and say, yeah, this is your second now. You have to also respect her. She's one of the family now. That's arrogant. That's stupidity. That's not how you go into polygamous. That's why you see so many polygamous home. They grow with hatred, because we don't have to neglect these facts. They grow with hatred. They go with quarrel. They go with fight. Everything becomes like war. Back. Because why? Different types of energy that can never synchronize with each other has been compressed to be together. That's chaos. In fact, that man don't even have long life. He will just die. Because that is taboo. That is abomination. You don't do that. Before you even think of marrying, talk less of second, third, or fifth wife, that wife must have a soul connection with you. So as you are marrying second wife, the second wife must have soul connection with you or with the first wife. That's why in ancient times, some women are the one who even bring second wife to their husband. Honey, this woman, I love her, she's my good friend. I want you, please marry her so she can join our family. Max too? Yeah. Okay, then I will just hold it so you can do it. But your hands are not strong enough. You cannot do it alone. Yes, Max is okay. So you hold it, then I do it for you. Good. Baba has stronger muscles. My hands are stronger. Yeah, you will do it. Just keep growing. You can do more and more later. You see, now it's easy for you. So in ancient time, it's so. The wife sometimes will even be the one to bring the wife home and say to the wife and say to the husband, this is my very good friend, this is my sister, or this is my relation. Please, I want her to join us in this family. I want if you can marry her. So the man will just also follow up, and then they marry. They have a very peaceful life and everything. But what is very important to know here is polygamy is a very sacred act of soul expansion. This is the real meaning of polygamy. It only becomes chaos when there is no knowledge backing it and when there is no spiritual understanding. When there is knowledge and spiritual understanding, it becomes like an expansion of an empire, expansion of a kingdom, expansion of something bigger than here. Because when we live here, that is when it really matters. Not only just here. Yeah, just here it helps us balance all the energy. And the easiest and the most beautiful way to live a polygamous life is purity, honesty. there have to be purity, there have to be honesty, there have to be transparency. These three ingredients is the best ingredient to prepare a polygamous soup, a polygamous home. So when you have these three ingredients, you can have 100 wives and you will not have stress. Because why? You will have a soul connection with all of them, and then you will share every this area is very important. To have a polygamous home, you have it's either you walk or you sit. Now we can push you around. Come. It's beautiful. You can chase some birds also. Come. Yeah. Come, Ross. Good girl. Take your bag, take your handbag, pick some stones or woods, put it inside. Take. Yeah. Pick whatever you like, put it inside. Good. So what I was saying is the most important thing is to have a very strong soul connection, and when that soul connection is there, everything has to be shared together. Everything has to be together. Every moment has to be shared together. Let's say you have 3 wives, because like I said, it's not important, it's not good to have 2 wives. No. It's either you have 1 wife or you have 3 wives. When you have 1 and you think you need another 1 to make it 2, my dear, you are just pleasing your flesh because the cycle is not balanced. To balance the cycle of polygamy, you have to have 3. Yeah, a perfect balance is from 7. But 3 is already good because, like I explained before, you are here, A is here, and C is here. That's already a cycle that is being created. So when you have just 1, it's also good. Then it's both of you building it together. So when you have 2, that's already there is no balance there at all. There's no balance there. So if you want to be into polygamous, if you want to do that, you need 3, not 2. 2 is not good at all. Then the sacred nature of polygamy is sharing. How do you share? You as a man must be fair. When I say fair, that transparency must be there between you. That's nice. Between you and all of them. That area is very important. That moment is very, very important. Let's say you have 3 wives now, because you must have 3 if you want to do polygamy. Let's say you have 3 wives now. When they cook, don't share for them, you cook today, you cook tomorrow, you cook next tomorrow. No, that's not good. That's not how to live a sacred polygamous cycle. Don't forget, it's a sacred cycle. So to balance always that energy, when they cook, 3 of them have to be in the kitchen the same time, cooking the same food. That's how you plant these energies. That's how you build this cycle. 3 of them have to be in the same kitchen, cooking the same time, cooking the same food. It's something always wear like the same dress, but in that case we can still keep it flexible. They can just also dress as they like, but now we follow the energy, not really the outlook. So when they want to clean the house, the 3 that's good. The 3 of them have to also clean the house together. So when it comes to eating, the 3 of them plus any amount of children they have to be together in the same table and eat together. Then when it comes to sleeping with you, if you are not at home, is a different thing. They can all sleep in their rooms. That's normal. But when you are home, you want to sleep with your wives, the 3 of them have to sleep with you. Yes, goddess. The 3 of them have to sleep with you the same time in the same bed. This rituals is very important, because don't forget, the first reason why you even married 3 of them is because of this expansion of consciousness. It's because of this deep connection. So that deep connection needs to always be nurtured. Yeah, you can touch it. Oh, come. This is so nice. You see? It's so good. So because of this soul connection is even the reason why you even get both of them at the same place, three of them at the same time, at the first place. So really sharing everything together, really coexisting together is what synchronized, like something that synchronized these 3 or 4 energies plus you together. Don't forget, they are feminine energy, they are the gods. You are masculine energy, you are in the middle to balance their own feminine energy. So when 3 of them really connect so deep with you, that is what really help the growth. That is what really push everything. That is what really push the thing. No, don't go there. That side is wet. Let's stay up here, okay? Come. Let's stay this side. That side is so wet, I don't want to even go there myself. So, Mia, come this side. So that's what really keep the energy together. That's what really help you guys to grow together. So polygamy is not just negative as people see it to be. What is negative is the lack of knowledge behind that act of even marrying at the first place. And in this case, it doesn't matter if it's polygamy, if it's one man, one woman. When that knowledge is not there, you will still chop your hair. that's just the truth. That knowledge right there, that knowledge right there is very important. The knowledge of knowing that this person I marry. Why? How does my soul and the soul connect? And now that I'm loving someone else or connecting with another person, how does my soul with this other soul also connect? And how do I connect this together? In this case, now I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men because this is a masculine energy and he needs always this feminine energy to balance himself and herself. So knowing really the deep understanding of why first you meet a woman, why you connect with her, and how you connect with her is very important, because that knowledge right there is what helps to balance the energy. So like I said, if you are not ready for 3, don't get 2, because it's waste of time. So you better stick with 1 and build a normal life, and build nothing is normal. Oh, the wrong word to use. And build what you see as your normal life, and just live what you know as your normal life. So, but if you want to expand that cycle, you must get 3 wives, because when you get 2, then the energy is chaotic. So take 1 wife, live your life exactly the way you want it. Then if you must expand that cycle, then it has to be also a very soul connection. The same soul connection that connects you first with the first wife, that same connection that will connect you with the second and the third wife, and that is what we expand it. That expansion right there, although it's not for every man, that's the truth. It's not for every man. There are gods who decide to reincarnate in this form known as man now, just to be aware again of what life is. There are kings who come back again. There are great souls who decide to come again. So not for every man. Some men are just here to even learn how to be a man. So we are all traveling through different time and different space. We are not carrying the same vibration. We are not carrying different frequency. All souls have different missions here on earth. That's why don't ever use your life to compare other people's life, or use your life to check and balance, use other people's life to check and balance your life. No. Your own journey is unique. Your own journey is special. Your own journey is something sacred. Oh, that's nice. Your own journey is something very, very personal. It's not something you cannot compare, or you cannot use to compare what it should be. That's why the most self-sabotaging thing you can ever do to yourself is to allow your society to structure how you see yourself. That's the most self-sabotaging thing you can ever do to yourself. Never ever allow your society to structure how you see yourself. Let's say, for example, your nature as a man can be to have more than one wife. Yeah, but because you grow up in a society where people who have two wives always have problems, because of that, you always shy away or run away from that reality because you believe now when you have more than one wife, you will die early enough. Because of that, you just want to live your normal, simple one wife and you, which is good, which is very good. But what you have to know that when you deny yourself your own nature, it's like somebody who is already in the university and decide to go back and start from the secondary school again. That's how it is. Spiritually, you are demoting your own soul because the goal is for us to become a noble soul. So we are growing, and for our souls to grow, sometimes we have to reincarnate, which people now call life. We have to reincarnate different times for different reasons, for different purposes, and all those different cycles we are completing, knowing our as life is what is helping our soul to keep growing, to keep maturing. That's why I see some soul, they come to life now, they do so well, they do why they are really here, but they come back again, they go down. So, they're always there in that cycle. And why I always speak to old souls is that many old souls are tired of repeating this same cycle. Yeah, many old souls are tired of repeating this same cycle. That's why they always feel like, what am I even doing here? They have cash, they have money, they have everything people normally we have and always be happy, but they cannot really feel that joy of happiness because that's what I call internal frustration. When your soul have reincarnated so many times here on earth and you have never achieved one of the reason why she keep reincarnating, then there will become like inflammation in your soul. And when there is an inflammation in your soul, bitterness, sadness becomes the only way you can interpret yourself. Not because somebody hurt you, it's because you carry a soul inflammation. You have never healed that place. You have never grown. You have never walked on that place. Please go around it. Don't step on it. Good girl. You have never ever reached where you come. You always repeat the same cycle. And one of the reasons why some people, especially men, always repeat the same cycle is this. It's just one of the reasons. Please come here. Come. Nah, that's not your motto. Nah. Good for you. So one of the reasons why many men easily get so inflammation is that's nice. Their husband and wife. One of the reasons why many men always get so inflammation is because of the fact that, just imagine with me, let me drive your imagination train. You have reincarnated here on earth to expand your empire from where you come from. So you reincarnate here on earth now. Normally your soul message or your destiny or however people try not to interpret it, your soul journey is to get yourself 4 or 5 wives, or let's say 3, to help you and assist you build that your kingdom, raise that your empire. But you are here now, you believe now you will just marry one wife and you will be busy cheating or sleeping around with different women. Instead of you to look for a woman who you have a soul connection with, educate her if she's not educated already. I prefer the ones that are educated already so you don't have to stress too much. But no problem, you can still educate her if she's ready to learn, then it's also good. Because it's really not so difficult to educate somebody who's ready to learn. So when you educate that person now, or the person educated already, then the person will accept your nature, and from there you complete your cycle and help you raise your empire. But no, now you don't do that. You have your one wife, you're busy sleeping around, busy having fun with different women. Even some men are even like colonize their wife to join them to be sleeping with different women. Yeah, some men are very good in those things, especially when the woman is so lovely and loyal. So automatically you are not even helping yourself, because why? If you can colonize the mind of your wife to allow you to go around and sleep with different men or share different women together, then why not also expand it by just kind of bringing in other souls that you have soul connection with? Because she is God and she is here to balance your energy. So the more you connect, yeah, the more you connect, okay, no problem, I will stay here, you go. The more you connect, you have to tell me where to stay, no problem. Goddess. The more you connect with all these different souls that reincarnate with you, the more it's more easier to expand everything. Don't get me wrong, like I said in the beginning, I'm not here to promote now that everybody must have polygamy. I'm here to speak to special souls who is on these paths. And in this Women is God's series, we are touching all the areas where feminine energy fully demonstrates why we call her God. Because imagine now, you as a masculine energy, she's here to balance you. She's here to make you complete. So making you complete now, Miss A, Miss B making you complete, Miss C making you complete. That's not more than complete. That is an expansion and growth. That's what the sacred cycle of polygamy is. So like I said, it's a very fast, quick one. If you have any question, you can feel free to type it. But what is very important to know is that before you marry as a man or before you marry as a woman, understanding the deep soul connection with that partner is all that really matters. Because when you understand the deep soul connection with that partner, then everything becomes so simple, everything becomes so easy, everything becomes so normal, and just floats without stress, just float with joy. And when you are in that part of polygamy, no secrets, everything is purity, and you share everything together, no division. There is no you, me, them. And that is the sacred art of polygamy. That is the sacred art of polygamy. And that is why any man who is into polygamy, you need to have deep self-knowledge. Your deep self-knowledge is what helps you now to understand. This is this woman. This is why she's in my life. This is this woman. This is why we connect. And this is this woman. Like I said, don't marry 2 wives. You must marry 3 if you want to do polygamy. Or stay with 1 wife. Marrying 2 wives is not helping anybody. Not even you nor the women. So the energy must be balanced. And to balance the energy, you must follow. Yeah. Come up. Can't go down there. Good. Stay up here. Yeah. So to balance the energy, you can't go there. You can't have everything you want. Take. Me, your father don't even go there. So you are not supposed to go there. Come here. Yeah, no side. It's not just for you. Your brother can go there. You are too young to go there. So, as I'm saying, balancing the energy and the knowledge of what connects you and this woman, what connects this woman with this woman, what connects this woman with that woman, is the only way you can have a peaceful polygamous home. And that's the only way that sacred feminine energy, if you have not listened to that my teaching, sacred feminine energy and why kings marry many wives, please go and listen to it. Because then you will easily be understanding what I'm talking to you now. Because why? That sacred feminine energy, creating that cycle around you, is the most sacred act of soul expansion. That's why you have to always do everything together. They cook together, they clean together, they eat together, and if you want to sleep with a woman, you sleep with them together. You have to share everything together. If you have a polygamous house, yes, I will stay here, but I still have to follow you. I know you like to be alone, but I still have to keep you close. Yeah, okay, I will go through here. Okay, no problem, ciao. So, really keeping that sacred cycle together is something that is very important and is something that is very special. Because why? That cycle you keep now together. Yeah, physically people might just think, look at that man. He has brainwashed those women. Look at how he's using them. Look at how he's positioning them. People will always think whatever they like. But what is important is your own special sacred knowledge and understanding of the energy you carry and the energy these women carry, and how you connect these all energies together, and how this all energy is expanding your own spiritual growth. That's what really matters. That's why kings have many wives. That's why kings have many wives, and that's what is really sacred. Because when you don't have that, all you will always have is quarreling. They will fight among themselves. You know why? Because first, you marry many wives out of greedy. You marry many wives out of ignorance. You marry many wives out of ignorance. You marry many wives out of ego. Because why? Now you have a very big house. You believe this your house can take so many people. Because of that, you share all of them in different rooms. So because of that, you share them in so many different rooms. And now you act like you are a chief. Some of them will even go and buy title. You act like you are a chief now. Everywhere you go with your ego. You are home, you start gossiping. This is what kills many men who is into polygamy. You start gossiping with your first wife, you gossip about the second wife. You join the second wife, you gossip about the third wife. All these things is a death sentence. That's why I said from the beginning, when you don't have high level of understanding and self-knowledge, this is not a path for you. This is a path for people with a sacred spiritual knowledge, people who understand energy, people who can connect all dots together, people who can turn their home into a ritualistic nature. Moment that when you want to, do you know how to hug 3 wives? You can hug 3 wives, you can cuddle with 3 wives, you can do everything you are doing with your wife, you can do it with 3 wives at the same time. That is even more energy. Yeah, some will say, but some women like privacy. No, there's nothing like privacy when they have soul connection. Only when they don't have soul connection, only then they have privacy. Oh, that's so cute. So I'll make you photo from there. Stay there. Only when they don't have a soul connection, that's when they will have all those, pigeon call kata kata. Because why? It was all made out of ego. And some of the women also follow the man because of greed. That man get money, he don't feel married, but I don't care. I'll still choke my head there. Oh, stay there, please. Let me bring my second phone. Oh, that man is so handsome. He have a wife already, but I don't care. I will still put my head there. Oh, that man is so good in bed. He have a wife already, but I don't care. I will still put my head there. You know, everybody do it out of ego, out of their personal greed, out of their own personal interest. And because of that, oh, this is a very nice position. Good, I have nice photo from me. Thank you. Yeah, I will print it. So because of those ego and because of all those different greed, you now have your polygamous home. Of course, they will always fight. Even the children will grow up, they will be like cat and rat. Yeah, but I will show you when we are home. Yeah, not now. You see, this is the picture. But you will see it better when you are home. Wow, this is beautiful. You like it? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I will send it to your mother. So if you do all these things out of greed, out of ego, you will always have all these problems. You will always have quarreling. You will always have all these things. So anybody who have questions, feel free to write it. I will round it up. Like I said, it's not fast anymore. It's not fast anymore because I have to kind of be patient to explain it. Because why? Some of this my teaching, some people have already high level of spiritual understanding. They easily grab it. But many people are still growing, so we have to have patience with those that are still growing so that everybody can always grab it. If not, some will just say, what this one is talking about. How will you sleep with 3 women at the same time? What kind of nasty, dirty thing is that? Yeah, because you don't even understand the sacred art of love making. You don't even understand sexual energy and how to exchange it. So when you don't have all this understanding, nothing of what I'm saying will make sense to you. That's why I don't talk to everybody. And I don't expect myself to make sense to everybody. Because when you understand, I've talked already about sexual energy. Go to our YouTube channel. Go and watch and listen to sexual energy and how you can really make use of all this energy. Then you will understand. Then if I make love with 3 women at the same time, and these 3 women is not just like a prostitute pick on the street. These 3 women are also a soul connected women that we all have a soul contract and a soul bound together. Then this is something bigger than whatever you can ever think or imagine. So having all this knowledge is important. And when you don't understand what someone is saying, ask questions or just also ignore the person too. You have option anyway. So what is really important here is to know that polygamy is a very beautiful thing, but depends on the knowledge of the man and the woman that have come together now to create it. If there is no knowledge, polygamy can be the most dangerous acts a man can ever do to his life. If there is no knowledge, because then you are signing a death sentence. So this will be coming to the end of this series 4 of Woman is God. I just wanted to touch all this area to know that the sacred energy, the sacred feminine energy, and how how man can really connect to a multiple of them. Because when we talk about sacred feminine energy, some women always think, God now, then it's me. This man I have to lie down on the floor, put my 2 legs in his head because I am fine. A man can worship a woman. On a very good day, I will be going to that. That would be like from series 5. How to worship women. And then I will contact some people who will need volunteer because we need demonstration. Because not just talking. You need to show these things. So we work on that. We need couples. We need people with volunteer. They will come maybe like 4. I see you. Maybe that we volunteer, and then we can really demonstrate. We will volunteer, and we can really demonstrate the sacred art of how to worship a woman. And when you worship a woman, everybody will then testify, because this is something we have to bring awareness to. Many men are doing this thing unconsciously, right there, to make it to become conscious. So many men who are doing it unconsciously are not this type of men. People they call woman, rapper, zombie, mumu, and some women also misinterpret it with their ego. They also misinterpret it with their ego. They think, that man I'm a maga, that man I'm mumu, like that. So we have to really explain this thing. We have to really explain this thing. We have to really break it down. So if you have questions, feel free to write or type out any of your questions. If not, the teaching has already... I see you. If not, the teachings have already come down to end. But it's very important to know that polygamy is a very beautiful thing. It's one of the most sacred arts and one of the easiest way to expand our kingdom, to expand our sphere, to expand ourselves. Because don't forget, you as a man, you have your own aura, that is, which they call aura, that is covering you. So when you are married to a woman you have a soul connection with, so you now share and divide and share those aura together. So your own see it like a fire. Imagine it with me. Your own fire that is covering you from head to down. When you connect with another woman, then both of you now share the same space. That fire becomes bigger and connected together. So when another woman comes in, it expands more with soul connection. Because without soul connection, those things don't happen. So it expands more. Don't forget, there is no need having 2 wives. If you want to do polygamy, you must have 3 or stay with 1. 2 is waste of time. Always remember that in your mind. So if you have 2 wives now already, go and get the 3rd one, so forth. Don't waste time, because you are just killing time. Or rather, stick with your 1 wife, because these things are very important. Then many women are too into greed, too into ego, and too into selfishness. Why? Don't blame them, because many grow up with that understanding of polygamy na stress, polygamy na wahala. Yes, but not with a very high level of consciousness. When you have high level of consciousness, then polygamy is deeper than that. Polygamy becomes one of the most beautiful things you can ever experience. So I will wish you all a very beautiful day. If nobody's asking a question, if you have a question, you can type it, then I will reply you fast. If you don't have a question, so I will wish you all a very beautiful day. Yeah, but before I conclude it now, let me wait for like a minute or so. To see if maybe anybody have a question to type. So if you have any question, feel free to type it. I can give you the straight answer. And if you are also watching this, because a lot of my people, they are never on live to watch my teachings because of work and everything. And my teachings, I don't have date, I don't have time, I don't have anything. I just come when the energy come out. So a lot of my people always watch the teachings later. So always inbox me. Don't tell me, oh, daddy, wait now, I'm out there on live, I have question. No, can inbox me your question after you watched it. Even if you watched it in YouTube or in Facebook, you have my number, you have my inbox, it's open for everybody. You can always ask questions, can always go deep into it together. Please don't forget, this teaching is not here now to promote polygamy, to let you cheat on your wife. No. This teaching is here to show you the awareness of importance of self-knowledge and spiritual understanding, and how you can really profit from this to create a very sacred cycle around by connecting to different creatures, different goddess who have a soul connection with you. Do I personally want a polygamous home? I don't know. So, but what I'm trying to say is connecting to different women who have a soul connection with you is one of the most sacred acts in this whole universe. And we have to share this love. Love is not greediness. Love is not something you selfish with. You must share. Sharing is the greatest act of love out there. So any woman who loves you and she see that you have a soul connection with another woman and she's ready to kill you just because she don't want you to connect with that woman, that is not love. That is greediness. That is selfish. May do that because why? They suffer a karmic stress which need to be healed. Because why? Maybe she was a second wife in her past life and the first wife poisoned her and she died, for example. Now she's born again, she will just tell the man, I will never share any man in this life. I will never allow any. It's not like she's selfish or greedy. She have a trauma she's going through. But if that man has spiritual knowledge, the man will know, okay, my wife, your soul is going through a trauma. This is what happened to you before when you first come here on life. This is what happened to you. No problem. I will work with you to heal these things, because that needs healing. Yes, that needs healing. It's not normal for a woman to just say, I don't want to ever share my man. No, the people who always do that are some goddesses. Some goddesses are very jealous. But goddesses who are so jealous don't come in flesh. They stay inside the water. They stay inside the world. They don't come here, because their level of jealousy cannot even allow them to come here. So when you are already here on flesh, you have to share, my dear. You have to share. You have to share, or at least learn how to accept. So that's just it. I wish you a nice day. Since nobody's asking any question, so I wish you a nice day. I'm coming. Let's play around a little. So I wish you a nice day. I send you all peace and I send you all love. Don't forget, the sacred cycle of polygamy is the foundation that expands our spiritual empire. And that's very important. Very, very important. Depends on your soul journey. Not for everybody, not for all men, not for all men, not for all women. It's good you know who you are and accept who you are. Doesn't mean Dr. Oguname say all man must have 3 wives. No. All man have his own journey, and all man must respect his. All man will marry. Many men die virgin. They don't know what is even. They don't know how a body of a woman even look like. All men have their own journey, and many women will not marry also. This is facts. So everybody, every soul have his journey. Every soul have his role to play, and every soul have his or her own destination. These things are very, very important to respect individuality. Respect our individuality is what shows our maturity. So I send you all peace and I send you all love, and I greet you all with peace and love. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.